Have you ever known such a lack of enthusiasm for an incoming government? In 1979, fed-up Brits ushered in the arrival of Margaret Thatcher with a sense of hope and optimism off the back of 5 years of union chaos, economic crisis, inflation, unemployment, and the so-called winter of discontent, during which there were regular blackouts, piles of rubbish lying uncollected in the street, and dead bodies unburied. Similarly, after the exchange rate mechanism crisis under John Major, and with a Conservative Party dogged by allegations of sleaze, Tony Blair's landslide victory in 1997 felt like a new chapter for the country. I voted for Blair 3 times. Of course, they made mistakes, huge mistakes, particularly unchecked mass immigration. But like under Thatcher, those Blair administrations were based on sensible levels of taxation, law and order, education, a well-funded NHS, aspirations, social mobility, a powerful City of London, a booming services sector and solid economic growth. And both Thatcher and Blair won 3 back-to-back victories, and that did not happen by mistake. Well, as we sit here 14 years after David Cameron's 2010 victory at the fag end of a Tory government, you would expect a clamour for change and a jubilant excitement at the idea of Prime Minister Keir Starmer. But it's not there. Of course it's not. Have you ever met a Keir Starmer fan? Finding one is harder than playing a game of Where's Wally? And I'm not even sure that there's much of an appetite for Labour's policy agenda either. Do the public really want more net zero, an expensive experiment which bets the house on flaky renewables and which threatens our economy, way of life and energy security? Remember, Starmer was against Sunak's decision to grant new gas licences in the North Sea, even though in this unstable world where energy costs are through the roof, it makes perfect sense to tap into our own resources. The Americans have done that with shale gas, and they have enjoyed high economic growth, low energy costs and lower inflation. Do the public really want more strikes? Are you seriously telling me that Labour will be tougher with the union's wage-busting, inflation-busting demands, given that the self-same unions fund the Labour Party? Does anyone seriously think that Labour will be more successful than the Tories in stopping illegal immigration into the country, which is costing taxpayers £7 million a day and destabilising communities? Sir Keir is on record as saying that he would axe the Rwanda plan, and I quote, even if it works. That's right, he would axe Rwanda even if it works. If that's not naked politics, I don't know what is. Do the public want more wokery in our public institutions, with the NHS calling women birthing humans and chest feeders? Do they want schools, universities and museums characterising Britain's past as shameful? Do they want more primary schools transitioning children without the knowledge of their parents? A shocking story that I dealt with on yesterday's show. Do the public really want 5 years of an even bigger state in a country that quite simply lives beyond its means, with the highest taxes since the Second World War? Taxes which are surely only going to go up if Sir Keir is to fulfil his supporters' clamour for more so-called investment in public services. Investment, by the way, translates as more borrowed billions. Do the public really want an administration that hates Brexit? Former Labour Foreign Secretary David Miliband, writing in The Observer today, says that Brexit has made the UK a lower status nation. That's what they think of this place and the choice of 17.4 million people to leave a political bloc overseas. Is Sir Keir, the man who sought to reverse Brexit, really the man to tap into its many opportunities? I won't hold my breath. Do the public want a Prime Minister in Sir Keir Starmer who's got more flip-flops than a flagship branch of Sports Direct? A man who struggles to define what a woman is, who takes the knee to the latest woke cause, changes his mind about everything, and a man who, if he'd been in power, would have pursued the insane and, in my view, failed policy of lockdowns with even more vigour. The Tories have been a disaster in recent years and have torched their reputation for sound government. I get it. Which means a Labour government is coming. But I don't know anyone that's celebrating.